Don't get me wrong.
Literally a guy following us right now. 他在跟着我们吗？
I'm so uncomfortable. Is he so?
Yep. This is why I literally hate men. Yeah, let's go somewhere. We're currently hiding in a juice bar because the guy is waiting outside for us. It's been like at least 5 minutes and he's just still there. One of the employees just went outside because I think he's checking for us to see the situation, but we're currently just like sitting inside because he's still waiting for us. Okay, so we just left. The employee actually did like a full scout of the area for us to make sure that that guy wasn't there. So huge shout out to Juice Generation, like literally the best employees, 10 out of 10.
When women say I hate men, they really mean men of color but can't say that for obvious reason.
What?
What are you talking about? First of all, why do you hate all men? That's a bum. Shouldn't you be hating all bum? No, that's generalizing, right? They might have a mental issue. But we're not allowed to generalize bums, but we are allowed to generalize men. I mean, I don't know, the guy seems to be rapping. Maybe that window was reflecting his rapping skills, so maybe he was there.
They not like us.
Your father gets 10 years in prison, right? The judge gives you an option to serve 1 year for him, or he gets 10 years. What you doing?
So what did he do?
He robbed the bank.
Oh, so he didn't kill anybody or anything? It was
No.
just, was it like armed robbery or just without armed?
Just money. He robbed the bank for
No, how
money.
did he rob it now? Did he use a gun or just normal? He just said, give me the money, and they foolishly gave him the money.
He had a gun in his hand.
He had, oh.
But he didn't murder nobody.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, he didn't kill anybody. So how much money did he steal?
Let's say about 50K.
50,000.
He was only able to get 50K.
So hopefully, did he leave? Do we have the money, or did they collect the money also?
They collected it.
I grow tired of asking this.
We're talking about empathy. Why are you asking so many questions?
So he didn't even get nothing?
No.
No, he will have to serve his time, because it doesn't. How can you go and do that kind of thing and you didn't even secure the money?
But even if y'all had a close relationship, you gonna let him serve 10 years over your 1 year.
Why are you making it? It's not. Am I the one that robbed the bank? He's the one that robbed the bank now. So he will go and serve his time.
So you gonna just, your best friend go to prison, you gonna just let him go for 10
Who
years?
said he's my best friend? He's not my best friend. He's just somebody's father.
I mean, the fact that he just normalized who's talking about fathers is somebody else's father. That mentality is dangerous.
Happens to be my father, but it doesn't. Any person who steals, who goes and steals, try to steal a couple million, and if you steal it, try to secure the money before they catch you, because they will always catch you. So don't go and steal. They catch you. You don't have the money, you go to jail. What's the point now? I don't understand.
Okay, what if he stole the money because his wife and kids were starving?
Kids as in me?
Yes.
And my, okay.
It's the intention that counts, yeah. But sometimes maybe you don't need to intend, because I'm already happy the way I'm living, but you think I'm starving, so you go do something stupid and expect my empathy.
Well, listen, I don't know. Other fathers can feed their children without still robbing a bank. I don't know. Still, he will still go to jail, because it's the same thing, you know. He can't seem to feed us with a regular job, because other people have regular jobs and they feed. So he can't do it with a regular job. Then he goes and robs the bank. He didn't secure the money. They catched him. I mean, they caught him. That he should go to jail, because that's less mouths to feed when you think about it. Now is one less mouth.
And the whole idea that she tries to make it more empathetic is like, no, don't do stupid things, because I've seen so many people live good, poor.
Now is one less mouth if he's in jail. At least he has secured 3 square meals in jail. Free healthcare, free accommodation. Us, we are going to be here. We don't even know what we are going to eat. One less mouth to feed. So let him be going. Because his presence did not help. His absence will not make any difference.
His absence doesn't make any difference. Ooh, that's a bar. That's wow. But it's the truth. And with all due respect, I'm not saying that I would not commit a crime for my son. But if I commit a crime, you need to do something proper. And the last thing I want to do that if they catch me, hey son, do 1 year or they will lock me up for 10 years. No, I want him to enjoy it so when they come out of 10 years, maybe he might have reached his dreams and he might help me out. Because reactions, ladies and gentlemen, when it's justified, it can either help you or destroy you if you normalize that. Remember to subscribe.
When approaching a traffic light, this happened, but his response will shock you.
My man! You on point with it. You up there in age, but you still got it. You're like a YouTube video. Hey, take it easy, man. You too, man.
It's very simple. It's all about reaction. Some people might say, you're an old man, you're an old white man, you try to kill black people. Or you can be like him, you got it, man.
Nice work, Carl. Bump my fist.
That's a positive reaction. But
How you doing, man? Too late. Stop. Don't make it worse than it already is, ma'am. I don't care.
the thing that catches my attention is like, this isn't like a security guard. They can't arrest people. So the fact somebody called the cops that they think somebody is stealing stuff, so he went there with a reason. And she's like, I put the bag down. You can't arrest me. That's like Daddy be like, ooh, I put the dick down.
Get away from me! Get away from me! You catching more charges, man. Get away from me. You catching more charges. Get away from me. I can't go to jail. 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 You spray me with that shit, I'm gonna put you in jail. You gonna put me in jail anyway. Felony. Get away from me. God, don't love me.
She resisted and then she attacked the cop and then she went away. What else could have gone wrong? She left the wallet behind, which means
I should have just slammed her on the ground and quit playing with her.
Well, unfortunately, the news isn't going to treat you that way, sorry.
In a video, suspect escaped.
Isn't it weird when somebody says, if I slammed you on the ground so you could not do more charges might have been the better thing to do, but we don't want to justify that because it looks bad, and now this person without any body slam is going to have more charges and they might spend actually more time in prison.
Officers located the woman's ID and matched it with the vehicle's registration, successfully identifying her. When they followed up at the listed address, they observed the vehicle arriving to drop off a young child. However, upon noticing the police presence, the woman fled, reaching speeds of up to 100 miles per hour. The pursuit ended in a neighborhood where she was eventually caught after nearly driving into a pond.
It's just a rough time for me. Okay. That's still not an excuse for anything.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I really feel bad. I've seen this over and over. But since my mom passed away, I've been very attentive of people that destroy their lives as a 6 years old. And whenever I asked my father, what would happen if I act like these people? He told me, you will go to prison a lot.
I'm Kerry Washington, and I'm voting for Kamala Harris. I'm Glenn Close, and I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
Michael Ealy, and I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
I'm Jessica Alba, and I am voting for Kamala Harris.
Oh, look, folks, it's those elites from the TV trying to convince us poor folks to support the same person who spent the last 3.5 years trying to make our lives and our country a living hell.
Hence, be careful how you justify your reaction, because what they are showing you right now is not a reaction, but they're hoping for yours.
A lot of these people only come out around election time to try to save us. I haven't seen any of them the last 4 years as our grocery prices went through the roof. Gas prices went through the roof. Crime in our cities has went through the roof. As our borders have been getting flooded. As we had to make the choice between getting jabbed or lose our job. Our children muzzled 8 hours a day just to get an education, leading to some serious mental, physical, and emotional issues. If these people truly care about our lives and our families' lives, where have they been? See, the truth is they can keep voting for people who have horrible policies because it doesn't affect their lives. Their money allows them the privilege to not be affected by the things we're affected by. They live in a bubble. They don't feel what we've been going through. So to me, these endorsements hold as much value as a paperweight. I genuinely couldn't care less.
Be careful, people. They want your reaction, and you're going to be accountable for that decision.
At this moment.
And this is like, you would die. Like, you would die for snitching out here. People die for that. Real talk. Obama people get popped and killed for snitching.
We're talking about life sentences here.
Right.
And this is like really funny. Just listen.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked.
Times killed all three of them. Okay. Tell me about it.
When I found this clip, the first thing that I thought, if politicians were accountable just like this person, would we live in a better world? I do believe so.
She actually worked in a McDonald's. She didn't go and pander and disrespect McDonald's workers by standing there in your red tie and take a picture.
Liar! No, Kamala Harris has never worked in McDonald's. They haven't proven that yet.
His policies are the ones that undermine those very workers that were in that McDonald's, whether it's home ownership, health care, reproductive rights, or cost of products. So there's more work to be done. But just to be very clear, nothing Donald Trump is proposing does anything about the middle class. And every economist, Moody's themselves, talked about what it would do to drive up inflation, potentially leading us to recession. So there's more work to be done. We acknowledge that. I think the vice president's proposals are real. They make a difference, and we need to continue that.
I have to say, when I first saw that image of Trump kind of hanging out the drive-through window, a part of me thought, wow, is that real? I never thought he would do something like that. The Trump that we saw in 1999 in that old ad is the one that was much more familiar to me. Like, look, we're going to run this town, right? Like someone who owns a McDonald's, not someone who works in one. I mean, clearly they have a strategy to try to appeal to working class voters, try to, twist the knife.
CNN is even snitching. They're like, no, we actually liked it.
We love you.
On Harris, but I still found these images to be jarring.
Well, part of what is so striking about them is that he's not trying to not be Donald Trump. Like some politicians go and they try to dress up as somebody they're not. He's still got the red tie. He's still so clearly himself. And I think this was an unbelievably smart move because one thing that has differentiated Donald Trump from other really wealthy politicians is that he has never been seen as the aloof, the billionaire who would never deign to hang out with the commoners. Like he has always sort of portrayed himself as, I'm the rich guy who doesn't really like the other rich guys. I'm one of you.
No, I watch CNN because at least they make sense. They see it also that he makes sense. Democrats used to hate the rich people way more than the Republicans. And now they actually see his action. They're like, hey, have we been hating the wrong party? Let's think a little. My brain.
Fit perfectly and it worked with his red tie and his hair is as golden as the French fries. I think this thing was just a win and a win and a win.
Yeah, and actually you can tell how big a win it was just by how much whining is going on from the Dems afterwards. Amisha,
exactly.
You were laughing at some of Dave's claims there. Did you not embrace the full joy of the Donald at McDonald's?
No, absolutely not. I don't think that a guy who was born with a silver spoon in his mouth who chooses a day to cosplay as a McDonald's employee is something we should be celebrating.
Why
These
not?
are people who've been fighting to have minimum wage. These are people who are fighting to have minimum wage increases, which the Republican Party and Donald Trump is against. This is not a cosplay moment. I didn't see this as any different than I saw it as when Gwyneth Paltrow, the famous actress, decided she was going to go on food stamps for a week. It is a ploy, and in many cases, it's making fun of the very individuals who have to live off of these minimum wages every day.
Making fun
who cannot afford childcare, who cannot afford childcare, who cannot afford cars in many cases, who are having a hard time paying their rent.
Hang on.
Can I finish?
Well, I want to make the point
I want to react to what you just said. At the end of the day, we're talking about someone who does not agree with raising minimum wage. We're talking about a party that has not supported reducing child poverty rates. They did not support extended child tax credits. This is a party that does not care about not only sustaining the middle class, but obviously people who are earning poverty wages. So yes, he went in, he donned a cape, he donned an apron, and now he is supposed to be someone who people who are, living paycheck to paycheck are supposed to be able to relate to.
Why is she so angry? It's like, okay, he's cosplaying. Just because Kamala Harris doesn't wear a cosplay, do you really... Wait, she's black, she's cosplaying too? Why are you not angry at her?
I think you're sort of overthinking this. You remind me a little bit of Michael Bloomberg, who was sat in front of Trump at the Al Smith dinner the other day and for 28 minutes managed not to crack any facial expression whatsoever, even as Trump was rattling off a series of indisputably hilarious zingers. And I think it takes a lot of real effort
Maybe he didn't find them funny.
Well, it just makes me laugh that Kamala Harris is all about finding the joy in life. There you've got Trump cracking funny jokes.
Yes, Kamala Harris does say it's all about joy. Joy. Let's go to McDonald's. Joy. I think I'm more joyful than Kamala. My channel is demonetized. Both my parents are dead. And I have one freaking eye. And I still make YouTube video for you guys to be happy.
I literally hate men.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Butta fire na mi blonde, kush hash, purple skunk, criollo, colombici, jam jam, turloqueta, verdetta, welcome.